Yeah, what's good, y'all? I see you pop in here real quick. You know what I'm saying? It don't really matter if nobody pop up. I'm still gonna do it live anyway because I want to talk about this shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody asked me to talk about it. It's just that I've been watching a lot of these videos, man, and it's crazy how people trying to ignore the obvious. You know what I mean? Being as though it was Canelo that Terrence Crawford was fighting, I wasn't even tripping off of all of that. You know, um, you know, superior punch resistance and superior punching power that he was displaying, stopping Canelo in his tracks and all of that shit, man. Come on, man. Look, like I said, may the best cheater win, and I had that attitude about it because I feel the way I feel about Bud Crawford being over there with Victor Conte, and he really, honestly, can't be mad at nobody for feeling the way that they do about that situation because he's the one who chose to align himself with a known drug chief. So, I'm just saying, man, if it looked like a duck and quack like a duck, you know, and it just so happens that Bud Crawford's performance seems to stand out more so um, on a more elite level than the other guys who are participating in the snack program as well. And shout out to manager Marty because I watched a few of his videos yesterday and I shared one of his videos. And if y'all would go ahead and please, if you would subscribe to his channel because he's got some. If you like the truth, go subscribe to his channel, man. If you don't like the truth, yeah, that's not not probably not going to be your cup of tea. Similarly to me, you know what I mean. Yeah, if you like the truth, go over there and sub to his channel, man, because uh he's got some decent content, man, and been familiar with manager Marty over the past couple of years, speaking on this snack situation and the Victor Conte part of this uh, Terrence Crawford scandal, or whatever you want to call it. They say people hating on Terrence Crawford when they come with obvious shit and proof, right? But I started talking about the gloves first. You know what I'm saying? That was my main thing because of the way that Errol Spence face looked. And even Canelo, and like I said, it didn't look like it was anything wrong with them gloves, man. But even Canelo's face wasn't all busted up and he wasn't leaking. Yeah, he was marked up, you know what I'm saying? But he wasn't like, Errol Spence looked like he had been in a car wreck, like another car wreck, and he was just in there with Bud Crawford, a guy that's supposed to have moved up from 135 pounds. You know what I'm saying? And later on, just to find out he had been a super middleweight the whole time. It's just amazing to me that a person can gain muscle like that at so late in their career and at you know in their mid to late 30s. You know what I'm saying? That's just something that I've never seen. And me knowing uh, the laws of physics and how the human body works as far as shape, size, and density, and what most bodies are supposed to be able to do without showing any sort of fatigue and shit like that, man, it's just, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I just can't ignore shit like that when I see it. You know, I can't ignore shit like that, man. It is what it is. Manager Marty has this video, and I think in the title or in the thumbnail is caught red-handed, and I shared it in my community post. And y'all need to check that out, man, because people are saying that everybody is hating on Crawford. You know what I'm saying? And people are coming with factual stuff now, where Crawford is saying out of his own mouth now, that he takes different things than other people take that are with the SNAP program. He said it out his own mouth in an interview. All of this is on video, and it's like you will show it to people, and they'll be like, "Ah, man, you just a hater." It's like they totally disregard the question. It's like, why you gotta deflect? Why you can't answer the question? Did you hear what he said? What do you think he's talking about? Oh man, y'all just trying to take away from that man. Nah, bro, answer the question. Be mature, man. God damn, yo. He said it. Now we just asking you to elaborate on it if you believe that, you know, what you believe, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. It's just crazy, yo. I don't understand that shit. And then Victor Conte says out of his own mouth that he's administered Bud and probably other snack fighters, you know, allegedly. You know, I didn't hear him say that part, but when it came to questions being asked about Bud Crawford, he admitted to giving Bud Crawford testosterone or administering it to him in some way, shape, or form, whether it's in that powder form or if it's injected. I don't know how it's given to him, but he admitted to doing it because he was talking about if the levels was low and they were low on testosterone, that's what he would, you know what I'm saying, administer them with, basically. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm paraphrasing. Y'all, man, y'all go watch the shit for yourself, man. That's what he said in his own mouth. Then come to find out, uh, testosterone is a banned substance with the WADA doping agency. Okay, yeah, yo, with the WADA doping agency, um, testosterone is a banned substance. So this is the reason why the majority of these snack fighters, like Devin Haney and shit, are so, and Bill Haney, that of course rocks with Victor and all that, are so adamant on getting other fighters to sign up for snack. You see what I'm saying? For snack, I mean not snack, excuse me, for VADA anti-dope. You see what I'm saying? Because they can manipulate testing shit over there. You know what I mean? Especially if Victor can listen, man. If Victor admitted that he can make PEDs undetectable, what would make someone think that he wouldn't? And he's got the history that he has. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see the title? You see what's in the description? He's a known, convicted, drug cheat felon. And he did time for it. So I'm trying to like figure out why he gets all this credit. You know what I'm saying? Like, where does all this credit come from, man? For Victor Conte, man, I just don't understand it. And it's like why people are so quick to dismiss obvious shit. I could care less about Bud's situation with Canelo Alvarez because Canelo Alvarez got caught cheating before. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, ain't no telling what he was on or what whoever is on. My issue was the shit with Errol Spence because Errol Spence was a brother. You know what I'm saying? And the way his face looked compared to all these other guys, man. And it's like the gloves ain't really been a situation up until they said, well, the Madrimov fight, they said that they busted again. You know what I'm saying? And he went into the Madrimov fight. Madrimov face looked normal. You know what I'm saying? He didn't, you know, get off on Madrimov like he was getting off on Canelo, but, you know, I don't know what that's all about. I'm not going to get into all of that, but he looked more vulnerable after they changed his gloves or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, these guys are white, and it's like, how can a black guy's face be all busted up and bleeding and leaking and shit like that, bro? But these white guys' face don't look like that, you know. And I mean, it's just what it is. I mean, white people's skin is a little more softer than black people's. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, I don't understand, like, how people can just like ignore that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? The man said out of his own mouth that he administers Bud Crawford with testosterone, bro. That shit is illegal over at WADA. This is why, see, listen, remember Alicia Keys? I'm not Alicia, I'm sorry. Alicia Baumgartner, when she popped dirty, right? She was with, I think, Drug Free Sport, DFS, if I'm saying that right. That's who tested her. Drug Free Sport or something, some type of doping agency like that, right? Now look, she pops dirty with them. And then out of nowhere, the WBC, the World Boxing Council now, determines that she's not dirty. I didn't even know that the WBC had their own fucking doping agency. I didn't know that. I never heard of that. I mean, if they do, then, you know, I mean, somebody educate me on that. I didn't know that WBC was a doping agency.
I thought it was a sanctioning body. So how the fuck, hey bro, how the fuck do they determine if Alicia Baumgartner is dirty or not? If she already popped dirty, how do they determine that she's not dirty if she wasn't even given another test? Because I looked up, I mean, who determined, what doping agency determined that Alicia Baumgartner wasn't dirty? And the WBC popped up. So like, how does that even work, bro? So it's like, I'm telling you, man, it's like, I don't know who's behind these fighters, but it just seemed like certain fighters can get away with certain shit, man. I don't know who's backing Bud Crawford, but Bud Crawford can get away with whatever the fuck he want to do, man. And people won't even look into none of that shit, and you can clearly see it. So that lets me know that it's somebody very powerful backing Bud and backing Victor Conte. Let me ask y'all this. Watch this one to the 4 people that's in here. Watch this. I bet you nobody can answer this logically. This is the question. Outside of the way Bud has been performing the last 4 years, this is the question that nobody's really asking. If Victor Conte has the history that he has, who is allowing him in the sport of boxing? Who's allowing him in sports, period? Why is he allowed in sports, period? Knowing his history, why? Who's backing that? Who's backing a known drug cheat that specializes in undetectable PEDs in a hurt sport where people die in the ring and get put in comas and I mean get diagnosed with CTE on a regular, huh? And I mean, and who's to tell if these fighters were cheated or if they got it naturally or not, man? Who's to tell? Because it seems to be that this cheating is big business in the sport of boxing. That's what it seems to me. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like it's big business, man. And like I said, can nobody get in here? Ain't nobody gonna be able to get in here and explain or answer why Victor Conte is even allowed in the sport of boxing and why so many people give him the benefit of the doubt. What has he done or what has he shown or proven to make you feel he even deserves the benefit of the doubt? I don't understand that shit. I don't get it. And y'all with this people hating on Bud Crawford, hating on Bud for what, man? Hating on him for what? For what? What? Because he got money? It ain't no boxer. Javante got more money than Floyd got. A lot of fighters. Canelo got more money than Bud. We can hate on them, right? I'm trying to figure out what, because he handsome. I mean, ain't nobody more handsome than Bud. What's up? Hating on him for what? For what? He talented in boxing. That's his shit. He the man at what he do. I can't knock him for that. I'm not gonna be jealous of the man. I'm multi-talented. I'm talented in damn near everything that I do that's physical. I'm not nowhere near as good as boxing as Bud Crawford is. Hell no. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still good at it. Nevertheless, starting at 17 years old, opposed to somebody like Bud who's been doing it since he was like 5 or 6. I started when I was 17. I'm not supposed to be as good as no Bud Crawford at shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm good at other shit. So I mean, what the fuck? Y'all need to stop that shit, man. Be mature. Answer the question. You know what I'm saying? Answer the questions. When people listen, man. If you're an adult, you know what I'm saying, and you being mature, man, and somebody asks you a reasonable question, you don't have to get disrespectful. You don't have to deflect, man, just because you're in your emotions, like about the way you feel about a fighter, about Bud Crawford, man. If ain't nobody blatantly just disrespecting that man, you act like people saying that the man can't fight. We know the man can fight. It's just that a lot of the things that he's been doing, you can clearly see is enhanced. And then when people use the word enhance, y'all get mad at that. And it's true. Any supplement that you take is an enhancement. Anything, even if it's legal, it's an enhancement. So you can't get mad at that, especially when people like Bud Crawford said out of his own mouth that he takes things, different supplements than what other fighters take. It's on video. Go watch that Manager Marty video, man, caught red-handed. Y'all go over there and watch that. Go sub the Manager Marty, man. I told y'all, man, when I get something from somebody, man, I don't take people's shit. That's why I'm tripping off of how they demonetize me, which it ain't no big thing, because I wasn't making no money off of it anyway. But it's just the principle of the thing. How I get demonetized? Y'all demonetize me for a thumbnail? You know what I'm saying? A thumbnail that I got from Google? Come on, man. Like, that's crazy. Because what else? I don't take people's shit. I always shout people out. I guess you got to say, God damn. What's that? Give a disclaimer. I guess you got to give disclaimers and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't say anything about that. They said something in reference to reused content. And I'm like, what content is reused outside of a thumbnail? So it had to be something like that. But yeah, let me see one. Oh, okay, somebody finally in the comment section. Okay. Into the light. Respect. I have screenshot photos of Victor Conte with Ronnie Coleman and Flex Wheeler. Then it all made sense to me. Yeah, man. And I mean, you see the results of that shit from the long-term results of that type of steroid use, yo. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that that's what Bud Crawford using, because I don't fucking know, bro. We'll never know, because the man makes undetectable PEDs. That's what's so crazy about it. People act like that shit don't mean nothing. They disregard the fact, yo, and totally like bypass the fact and overlook the fact that this motherfucker's even allowed in the sport. It lets you know how corrupt the sport of boxing is, man. That's why they be shitting on channels like me, bro, because I guess I don't got enough followers for real. So they make sure that I don't get that many views, man, because I guess what I'm saying is bad for the sport or bad for their money. That's why they be attacking Felon now, because I don't know, out of nowhere, like around about a year ago, he decided to start coming out and talking about the shit about a year or so ago. You know what I mean? I guess shout out to him. I don't know. He was one of the first ones I started watching on this YouTube shit, was Felon, and he acted nothing like he's acting now. Nothing at all. None of that argumentative stuff, none of that shit. So I guess if this is who he is, then who he was before was a facade. You know what I mean? That's a little creepy, to say the least. And I'm not saying it in a disrespectful way, but it is. You know what I mean? Because I've been the same ever since I've been on here. Ain't no Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde shit with me. You feel me? I ain't with all that switcheroo, wishy-washy type shit, man. That's why I'm real finicky with the people who I choose to align myself with, man. Like Terrence Crawford should have been when it came to Victor Conte, because he can't get mad at nobody for assuming anything negatively about him when he's with a guy who says he specializes in what he specializes in, and then Terrence Crawford is pulling off the type of performances against the guy he's fighting, and he's able to take their punches with ease. They're not even buckling. They're not even dazing Bud Crawford. Not at nothing. He walking right through they shit. Walking right through. And then it looks like, okay, he got hit with this, he got hit with that a little bit. And then it's just like, he just gets all his strength back, and then he just goes straight forward, man. And just comes with these bursts of power, bro, from nowhere, bro. At almost 30, about to be 38 in a few days, ain't he? That's amazing, man. Shout out to his body and shit for being able to handle that shit. I just hope that for his sake, he not doing nothing fucked up, because if he is, it's gonna come back to bite him in his ass one day. If he is, I can't prove that he doing nothing wrong, man. I seen this video somebody sent. My man Anthony sent to my inbox. Terrence Crawford. I don't know if it was some stage shit, but he was him and some other guy. I guess his homie was strong arming some guy, man. Had his hoodie snatched over his head. That's one of them old school tactics where a dude can't see, he beat the fuck out you. Same way when you got long dreads. I seen in prison, dude, if you got long dreads, man, and your shit, hey, bro, oh my God, bro, I seen dudes get done, I'ma just say done dirty, bro. I ain't worried about him demonetizing the video. It's just that, I'm just saying, bro, I seen a dude get done nasty like that, bro. Them long dreads, wherever they pull your head, that's where you're going, bro. Once they wrap them shits up, bro, that's how they had dude, like with the hoodie, and was like going in his pockets and all that. It looked kind of real, man. And I'm like, damn, if that was real, I'm tripping. Like, how the hell Bud Crawford able to get away with something like that on, like, in public? And that shit is like, viral, right? It's like, ain't that like assault and strong arm robbery? Like, what the fuck? Or attempted strong arm robbery? What the fuck? I mean, I'm just saying, bro, unless it's a skit or something. I mean, somebody get in here and let me know if y'all know what it is. Yo, I ain't never seen no shit like that. But yeah, shout out to into the light. My bad, man. Screwed your name all up. But yeah, man. Why is Victor Conte even allowed in the sport, man? Can't nobody answer that, yo. Can't nobody answer that, man. Everybody's hating. Everybody's just hating on Crawford, lying on Crawford. But nobody can debunk the shit that's being said. So what people are saying is Crawford never said out of his own mouth that he takes different things than other fighters take. He never said that. Victor Conte never said that he gives or administers Terrence Crawford testosterone. That's why these guys want to be WADA tested. That's why WADA. Because if they go over to them other doping agencies, they're gonna fucking pop dirty, and I'm willing to put fucking money on it, bro. WADA. How come USADA, WADA, and these other doping agencies don't got nobody advocating for them like Victor Conte is advocating for fucking WADA and Devin Haney and Bill Haney and shit? Why they advocating so hard, making it obvious, man, that there's something crooked going on with that shit, man? And what, like, people just supposed to like ignore it, overlook that shit? Man, that shit is crazy, yo. But yeah, man, got like one person. Hold on, who else is in here? Into the light made another comment. The David Avenesian situation is one of the biggest mysteries in boxing. It got swept under the rug. That's why I said somebody is behind. Somebody with a lot of pull is backing Bud, yo. Somebody with a lot of pull, and it's somebody white. They backing Bud, yo. I don't know if it's that Canahan dude or who, but it's somebody with a lot of power that's backing him and Victor Conte, man, because he's allowed in the sport of boxing, bro, and he's allowed to work with these mainly any fighter, but mainly these black fighters, because when shit hits the fan, you see their careers are going to be the ones that's tarnished. No white fighters. The only thing that Caleb Plant did when he was under allegedly with Victor Conte at a certain time was knock out who was it? Was it Anthony Durrell? You know what I'm saying? When he flattened Anthony Durrell and did that grave digger shit. Yeah, you ain't heard from Anthony Durrell since, have you? Flatline that dude, but he didn't continue to perform like that. You see what I'm saying? The black dudes are usually the ones that like, even when that, like, look, Devin Haney, he don't got the power because the shit enhances what you're already good at. He was already elusive. He was already fast. So that's what it enhanced, right? Right? His elusiveness, his ability to recover, or his ability to his stamina. He already had good stamina, so it enhances it even further. Thus, the reason why when he was getting pummeled by Ryan Garcia, he never got tired. He never got tired. They never get tired. Bud never gets tired, bro. Never. Up there fighting hard hitting ass Canelo. Never got tired. Never showed no signs of fatigue, no signs of struggle whatsoever. And they would say, well, hey, man, that's a test of Bud's greatness. Bud is that good. Hey, maybe so. Maybe so. I ain't never seen nobody else do no shit like that. And, maybe Bud is just that special one, I guess, But if he was that special, like Manager Marty said, why in the fuck did he feel the need to go to Victor Conte in the first place if he was that good anyway? These is questions that people they can't explain this shit. Why did he go to Victor Conte anyway, bro? But people hating when they ask these questions. It's just hate. It's just hate. It's just hate. That's the only rebuttal they got. Because they don't give a fuck, bro. They don't care. All they care about is if Bud won or not. They don't care. Long as he win. And like I said, If somebody was to cheat Bud, it'd be a whole different story. And y'all know I ain't bullshit. Come on, man. Oh man, he cheated Bud. Look how he kept holding Bud head down. He kept doing, man, yo, he was hitting below the, he kept hitting below the, come on, yo. That's crazy. The referee wasn't even saying nothing. I can hear y'all now, bro. But because it's Bud, and that's how it is with any of these fighters that these dudes be caping for. You know what I'm saying? If they fuck with Devin Haney, they make excuses for him. If they fuck with T.O., they make excuses for him. If they fuck with, you know what I mean? Tank or any of these fighters. It's always excuses if they rock with the fighter opposed to the fighter that they don't rock with. You know what I'm saying? That shit is crazy, man. You got to keep that same energy, yo. Who in here? Ed 250. What's good, fam? Salute, B. Carter. What's good? Damn, I'm down to 2% on my phone. You good, fam? I'm about to get up off of here shortly anyway, man. I gotta handle some business. Gotta get this money. You feel me? YouTube did me dirty. Took my $100 from it they were supposed to send me. And that's crazy. You know, I see how motherfuckers steal. They'll steal from you. Look, I earned $105. What's $105, $110, something like that. They say it was 2 weeks ago. You met the YouTube goal. You'll be receiving payment, like what they say, like in 3-4 weeks. That was 2 weeks ago. The day before yesterday, they're gonna tell me they demonetized my channel. But what about the money that I already earned? So you just gonna take that, even though I already earned that 2 weeks ago, before you even decided to demonetize my channel. Just steal. Thieving motherfuckers, bro. Let me steal something though. Let me steal some. Lock me away, throw away the key. Niggas can't be trusted. All they do is take things. They're dishonest, they're untrustworthy, all of this shit. But when they do it, it's some type of fancy name for it. Demonetization. Man, get the fuck out my face, bro. I ain't trying to hear that shit. They swear every nigga is just dumb, bro. And even if you're not dumb, what you gonna do about it? That's the attitude, bro. Fuck you gonna do, nigger? What are you gonna do about it? What y'all gonna do? Demonetize me? Nah, but for real, that's the attitude. They know that's the attitude. They get even more pissed off when they know you know. You feel me? When they know you know, they get even more pissed off. See, this is what I learned, man, and what I'm learning about life, man. I ain't trying to get too far off. Bro, it ain't about what you know. You know what I'm saying? You can know a lot of shit. A lot of the issues don't come until you voice what you know. You feel me? There's no problem as long as nobody don't know what you know. As soon as you start telling motherfuckers what you know, now here come the problem. That's just like it ain't always about what's being said or how you say it. You know what I'm saying? Or the tone is being said in. It ain't even about that, bro. It's usually the way people feel in regards to the person that's saying the shit. Once again, if they like the person, they cool with whatever they say or do. Like them KDBC dudes be doing with Devin Haney. You see what I'm saying? They cool with Devin Haney, so they don't say nothing about anything they do. But they not cool with Tank. So what do? See? I'm just saying. It's not what's being said. It's none of that shit. If a person don't like you, bro, they don't like you. The fake people, if they don't like you, they won't even be able to. They won't give you no recognition about nothing real that you do or nothing good that you do. Everything that you do is foul and fucked up in their eyes. That's what a fake motherfucker, but a real motherfucker, he won't rock with somebody or might not like a person, but he or she will still be able to recognize some real shit if they were to see that person do that. You feel me? And that's the difference, man. So it is what it is, man. It's just the world that we live in, man. And what's understood ain't got to be explained. Real recognized real, you feel me? Into the Light said, I had Sean Porter beating Crawford until his dad stepped in. I think Porter dad knew the deal. Yeah, I think so too, man. I think he knew something or whatever, man, because it's like Crawford, he be getting into a different gear. You see that shit, how he be switching gears? Like, that shit is crazy, bro. And Crawford already was strong. That's what I was saying about it enhances what you already got. Listen, man, Crawford is already a little strong, a cocky little country motherfucker. He's always been strong. Anyway, okay? Anyway. But he was a little more vulnerable looking. You see, we seen him buckled by Gamboa. You know, we seen him get dropped by Beam Machine and they didn't count it and things of that nature. But then you see him turn that shit up. It's like, where the fuck did that Super Saiyan shit come from, yo? You Goku around this motherfucker, Jack. God damn, bro. You feel me? But yeah, man, Sean Porter, I think, was winning up until they told him in his corner that he was up on the cars, and he was like, how? He up? And then he got up and went to gears. Fucking, how many gears is it on the stick shift? 6? That nigga went to gear 8 on Sean Porter ass. It's like, goddamn, it's only 6 gears on a manual. The fuck? I mean, just yeah. You know what I mean? I'm like, where'd that come from? But like, what the fuck? But you know, hey man, I don't know, bro. Like, I'm not, you know, he I don't know. He has had a history of turning it up on a few fighters though. But to be able to go up there with Canelo, I mean, the way he did Earl is one thing, but Earl's face, man, that's what did it for me. The way his gloves look, the way they brought them gloves back to the fucking locker room, bro, that's illegal. You're not supposed to do that. And somebody's backing all of that shit, bro. Somebody's backing all of that shit. He didn't have no glove issues in his Canelo fight. I examined those gloves, bro. I examined his hand wraps when he took his gloves off, bro. Wasn't nothing wrong with his gloves, bro. All of that shit was from whatever snack supplements that he take, allegedly, right? Being able to absorb Canelo's hard ass punches, walk through that shit, and be able to hurt Canelo. Man, he was stopping Canelo dead in his tracks, bro. Canelo looked like at a few points in that fight, like he wanted to get, like he wanted out the fucking fight, bro. Tell me, did y'all watch that fight for real, for real? Go back and watch that shit and turn down the fucking volume. Canelo was looking all away and shit, like, man, what the fuck, bro? That's in his mind. I'm like reading his mind, like he hit that motherfucker. Yo, Crawford came back with one of them counters. Canelo said in his mind, if you could have had one of them bubbles, you know, like the Batman have the Batman comics and shit, when you smack the shit out like, well, pop, and it make that big old sound. Canelo would have been saying, what the fuck? Bro, for real, did you see his face? Canelo was so strong, though, he still didn't drop him, but he was hurting him. Bro, I didn't even expect for him to do that, but I just feel like if he, you know, because the way he did Canelo, I knew it was going to be some backlash behind this shit, bro. If he went up there and dominated Canelo like that. But I said, if he dropped Canelo, he was going to pop dirty. If he dropped Canelo or knock Canelo out and stop Canelo, oh, he's going to pop dirty. Somebody's going to come up with some shit to fuck. Yeah, they weren't going to, nah, they just, you know. So I think what they're going to try to do now is, because I think that there's a, it's a what is it, a 3-fight contract, ain't it? Right? And you know, I guess it's, I don't know who is up to accept the terms or whatever, but Crawford, I guess now is the A side. I'm guessing. No, maybe Canelo still is the A side. I don't know. But I think they're gonna have a trilogy. And in his second fight, this is what's gonna determine the shit. You feel me? Because this is where it gets tricky. This is where it's a lot of feelings and shit involved. And people really, really don't want to lose. And when people really, really don't want to lose, they'll do any fucking thing to win. And you can't trust people like that. I'm telling you, man, you can't trust nobody that's willing to do anything to win. And Shakur Stevenson came out of his own mouth and said that Terrence Crawford is the biggest cheater he know. He said, man, as soon as you start losing, man, you start cheating. Shakur Stevenson said that out of his own mouth. You know, oh, well, that ain't got nothing to do with boxing. Bullshit if it don't. Bullshit if it don't. You use that shit in every area. You're going to tell me a person cheats in one area of life, but they're going to be honest over here. Who the fuck do y'all think y'all talking to, bro? I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, bro, but I know human behavior, bro. That's bullshit. That's not how it works, bro. If you honest, you honest. If you a liar, you a liar. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say like, okay, like for instance, I consider myself an honest dude, but if I'm in a situation as to where I got law enforcement in my presence and they threatening me with jail time or something and threatening me with an arrest, and I don't think they really got no evidence on me, I'm probably going to lie. But that's a dire situation where my freedom is on the line. Outside of that, I can't see myself lying about nothing to nobody, bro. You feel me? So, you know, I just feel like If you a stand-up dude, you a stand-up dude, bro. You know what I mean? All that, you know, wishy-washy shit, one way, one situation, another way in another situation. That ain't thorough, yo. You know, into the light said 100. Thorough, yo. But yeah, man, you know they demonetized me, man. So, you know, what's up to y'all, whether y'all want to send something to the Cash App, man. My Cash App is in the description, man. But I ain't telling y'all to send me nothing. I'm just saying. Y'all, that's why y'all can't, even if y'all wanted to, you can't do no super chats. I can't reapply again until December. So, you know, they gave me like almost 3 months or so, you know what I'm saying, before I can get monetized again or whatever. Like I say, it wasn't no real big deal because I don't really make the money off of this anyway. But, you know, I got to get ignorant sometimes, man. And I got to remind people, you know, that I make money outside of this. You know, I'm a professional landscaper, man. I'm a horticultural technician. I'm not licensed. I'm not licensed, but I'm certified. You know what I'm saying? I have an actual certification certificate with my name on it from a Warwick Community College. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I know what I'm doing, bro. And turf management and shit like that. Yeah. Anything that got to do with hedges, flower beds, mulching, weeding, transplanting, leaf removal, um, thatching, seeding, grass cutting, edging, weed whacking. That's me. Did I say hedge trimming? Yeah, all that, man. I'm on it. You know what I'm saying? And some of these jobs, man, I get $1,500 for sometimes. I wish I you know, I'm trying to get, you know, more than that, you know what I'm saying? But it take me a long time because I be working by myself to do the job. But the ending results is worth it, man. I ain't never had no unsatisfied customers. You feel me? So I'm just saying, man, you know, nigga ain't no bum ass nigga, man, outside of this YouTube, man. I think dudes be getting shit fucked up and misconstrued. I don't be trying to be like arrogant or nothing like that, but dudes be acting real stuck up with this YouTube shit. Like they like that because they get super chats and getting this money off of here. And shout out to them for getting it, bro. But like, yo, all right, you get money off YouTube, but what you do outside of that? What would you be doing if you couldn't get the money off of YouTube? Would you be crying for your YouTube page? Because I ain't crying for mine. You know what I'm saying? I ain't crying for mine. I deleted damn near all my boxing videos. It's only a few boxing videos I got up. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I mean, it is what it is, man. This shit come and go, just like money do. Shit, got shit twisted, man. It's crazy, yo. Like I said, I could be on this bitch every day showing off in a fresh outfit with all my jewelry on, yo. I don't care nothing about that shit. I've been getting money, man, since I got out of, I mean, I'm gonna say I've been getting a little bit of money, man, since I got out of prison. And I got out of prison in 2010. Shit. I was getting a little bit of money before that, but I mean, like, really with the foreign cars and shit like that. Yeah, around 2010, round shit. Yeah, I've been doing all right since then, and really didn't have no less than 2 vehicles. This is my first time now where I got 1 vehicle. That's because I was tired of that big truck, and I wanted to start saving some gas and fix up my other truck, my black Chevy Silverado. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason I got rid of it. But I'm about to get me another vehicle. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably get me I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna get me a little SUV or another like pickup truck. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? If I do get a pickup truck, I'm gonna get a V6. I'm not getting another V8, man. Gas price is too fucking high. And I ain't crazy about that electric shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. So how y'all feel about that, yo? Do y'all feel that Victor Conte should be allowed in the sport of boxing? Do y'all feel that it's someone with a lot of power that's backing Victor, that's backing Crawford? Because if you think about it, in any other situation, no guy that was convicted, no other man or no other person that was convicted of what he was convicted of would be allowed back in any sport to participate personally with any of the athletes, bro. So why does Victor Conte get a pass? Who's giving him a pass, bro? And why are people ignoring that shit, bro? That's the big question right there. You can't even get to Terrence Crawford and his performance is looking enhanced until you look into why the fuck is Victor Conte even allowed in the sport anyway, bro. Tuh. But yeah, man, I'm just saying, man, look, I don't even know how long I've been on this one. What, about 40 minutes? Man, y'all gotta get in these comments at least, man. Come on, y'all. At least get in these comments, man. Shit, motherfucking walls speed past me. I'm about to get up out of here like 5 more minutes, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm basically touched on everything. I just wanted to see more so how y'all felt about it, you know. I know Ed 1050, he had got here, but he said that his phone was on 2%. He probably would have been asking a few questions, you know, and you know, politicking back and forth in the chat, but you know, it is what it is. So Terrence Crawford says out of his own mouth that he takes different supplements than what other people take when it comes to that snack shit. Victor Conte says out of his own mouth that he administers what is illegal with the WADA drug testing and doping agency, right? Which is testosterone. And everybody ignores that shit. Like it wasn't said, like it's not true. Or I guess maybe Victor Conte's lying. Maybe he just said he give, you know, Terrence Crawford testosterone and he was just lying. Maybe he was just saying, maybe he's just lying. Yeah. He would lie about something like that. That's ain't that something to lie about, yo? I mean, I know y'all love these fighters, man. Y'all want to make out with them or whatever the fuck be going on, man. But hey, I'm not going to ignore the obvious. I don't give a fuck who it is, bro. You know, right is right and wrong is wrong, man. And y'all got to start holding all these fighters to the same standard. Because what's good for the goose is good for the gander at the end of the day. Black Dr. Phil, I'm out, man.